All right, so this is the 8.5 homework for both days that I'm about to go over. So the first one, we've got the common denominator, so all you need to do is just add the numerators. So you get 15 plus 5, which is 20, 20 over 4x, and then you're going to divide both top and bottom by 4 to get the final answer of 5 over x. Number 4, again, it's just subtraction, so it's going to be x minus 4 over 16x squared. Number 5, again, subtraction, common denominator, so it's going to be 9 minus 2x. Number 6, we'll have 3x squared plus 6x, which gives me that. However, you can still factor this part out, so you end up getting 3x times x plus 2 over x minus 8. Number 9, you need to figure out the LCMs, and so you figure out your least common multiples. And if you look here, okay, they both have a 3, great. They need an x, and the x minus 2. Number 12, you've got 24x squared, 8x squared minus 16x. What you want to do is factor this one first. So we have 8x and then x minus 2. And then you look and see, okay, 8 and 24. Okay, so 24 is the least common multiple there. X and x squared, so x squared is the least common multiple, and we need an x minus 2. Okay, so that's it for that one. Number 13, we have x squared minus 25. X and x minus 5. So first thing you want to do is factor right here. And so when you do that, you're going to get x plus 5, x minus 5. And that'll essentially leave you, okay, x plus 5 we need the x, and we need the x minus 5. Number 14, we've got 9x squared minus 16 and 3x squared minus 2x minus 8. So what you want to do there is essentially factor this one. So you get 3x plus 4 and 3x minus 4. And then for this one, you're going to have to use key number in order to factor. So 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. So two numbers that multiply to negative 24 but add to negative 2. We could try out negative 6 and 4. So negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. Great, so that works. Okay, and then if you remember, you split the middle term. So we get 3x squared minus 6x plus 4x minus 8. Okay, so these both have a 3x in common. So you're left with x minus 2. These both have a 4 in common. So you're left with x minus 2. So one factor is going to be x minus 2, and the other factor is going to be 3x plus 4. Okay, which leads you to the LCM. Okay, we've got a 3x plus 4 we need. We need the 3x minus 4, and we need the x minus 2. Okay, so your final answer is 3x plus 4, 3x minus 4, and x minus 2. Okay. So there you go. That's number 14. Number 16, you've got 12 over 5x plus 7 over 6x. So now you need a common denominator. And so here, we need to figure, okay, what do I multiply this one by and this one by in order to get a common denominator? Well, this one, they both have an x, but this one needs a 6. And this one needs 5. Okay? So when you do that, 12 times 6 will be 72 over 30x plus 7 times 5 is 35 over 30x. And so 72 plus 35 is going to give you 107. So your final answer is going to be 107 over 30x. Okay. Number 17, again, common denominator. So this one has an x squared, this one has an x. So you definitely need to multiply here by an x, but also by 3. So multiply here, top and bottom, by 3x. And here we have an x squared, so we don't need to multiply by another x. We just need to multiply top and bottom by 4. Okay, so when you do that, 8 times 4 is going to give you 32 over 12x squared minus 15x over 12x squared. Okay, so then you can't combine these two and you can't factor anything out really. So your final answer is just going to be 30 minus 15x over 12x squared. Okay. Number 18, Again, so you've got a 5. You have an x here and an x minus 4 here. So we definitely need to multiply by x minus 4 right here. And here we need to multiply top and bottom by x. So my denominator turns into 5x, x minus 4. And my numerator turns into, okay, so if you do this one, you get x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 12x. Okay. And then if you go from there, you just subtract. So negative 8x minus 12x is negative 20x. Over 5x, x minus 4. Okay, so that's the answer for that one. And then number 27, again, what you want to do first, if you've got these kind of problems, is factor. So we have x over x plus 3, x minus 3, plus x plus 1. And this is going to be x plus 3, x plus 3. Okay, so they both have an x plus 3, great, but this one needs another x plus 3, and this one needs an x minus 3. So you're going to multiply here, top and bottom, by x plus 3, and this one top and bottom by x minus 3. So here, you're just going to get a x squared plus 3x. So x squared plus 3x. Plus, and then here you're going to get, we'll write it all out. So we've got x plus 3, x minus 3, and another x plus 3. Okay. So when you distribute this one, x times x gives you x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 1 times x is x. And 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And then you combine like terms. So then your final answer should be x squared. Sorry, 2x squared. 2x squared plus 6x, or sorry, 3x minus 3x goes away. So you just get an x here. And then minus 3. Over x plus 3. We can just write it like this, so we save space. And x minus 3. So there's your answer for that one. Okay, so that's 27. Next, we've got number 28. So again, we're going to have to factor. And so if we factor this one, for 28, we have an x plus 3 on top. Again, you want two numbers to multiply to negative 8, but add to negative 2. So if we do negative 4 and positive 2, we get that. So negative 4 and positive 2, we end up with that. Subtraction. Okay, we've got x minus 5. And then if we factor this one, you want two numbers to multiply to positive 32, but add to negative 12. So then you can think of your numbers. Again, with bigger numbers, so if you do 1 and 32, no, that doesn't add up to 12. If you do 2 and 16, no. And so you could do 4 and 8, and that seems to work. So if you do negative 4 and negative 8, negative 4 times negative 8 is positive 32, negative 4 minus 8 is negative 12. Okay, so if, again, you're kind of getting the trend that there's a lot of factoring involved with these. Now you see, okay, they both have an x minus 4. This one needs an x minus 8. This one needs an x plus 2, right? So here we need to multiply by x minus 8. Here we need to multiply by x minus 8. Here we need to multiply by x plus 2. Okay, and so then when you do that and distribute, so you have on the top, we'll have x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 24 over x minus 4, x plus 2, x minus 8. And then this one, this is subtraction. So again, same denominator, x minus 4, x plus 2, x minus 8. Okay, and so if we multiply this one, we get x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 10. Okay, now combine like terms here, this will turn into essentially negative 3x. You've got a subtraction here, so you're going to distribute it that way. So again, here we have negative 8x plus 3x, which is going to give you negative 5x. And the way that you kind of work there, okay, so x squared minus x squared, nothing, right? So that one goes away. Negative 5x minus negative 3x is going to give you negative 5x plus 3x, which is going to give you negative 2x. And then negative 24 minus negative 10 is going to be negative 24 plus 10, which is negative 14. Then you've got x minus 4, x plus 2, x minus 8. Okay, so that's your answer right there. You could factor out 2 from here, so you would just have negative 2 parentheses x plus 7. Okay, that's it for 28. 29. So here we've got 3 different fractions, and so you look and see, okay, well, none of them have anything in common. So we need to multiply here, top and bottom, by x and by 3x minus 1. Okay. Here we need to multiply by x minus 4 and by 3x minus 1. Sorry, hard to write. And then this one we need to multiply top and bottom by x, as well as x minus 4. Okay, since it's all addition, it's probably easier just to write it under one denominator at the same time. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we've got x minus 4, x, and 3x minus 1. And then we distribute over here. So if you distribute for this one, you're going to get essentially x squared plus 2x if you distribute this x right here. Now you got to distribute for 3x minus 1. So we'll write that out. X squared times 3x is going to give you 3x cubed. X squared times negative 1 is negative x squared. And then this turns into 6x squared. And then minus 2x. Next, this one, FOIL this out. So this turns into essentially, we'll kind of write out the work right here. 2 times, so x times x gives you 3x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. Negative 4 times 3x is negative 12x. So negative x minus 12x is negative 13x. And then negative 4 times negative 1 is going to give you positive 4. Multiply all of that by 2, and that's what you're going to write here. So we've got 6x squared minus 26x plus 8. Okay, then we continue on here. 5 times x gives you 5x squared, and so you do 5x squared times x, which gives you 5x cubed. And here you're going to have 5x squared times negative 4, which gives you negative 20x squared. Okay. So that's our problem for that. So now we're going to combine all of the like terms. And so our final answer will be 8x cubed minus 9x squared minus 28x plus 8 over x minus 4, x, 3x minus 1. Okay. Now we've got 30. So again, first thing you want to do here is just factor this. So we'll have essentially x plus 5x minus 5. Right, so write it out, x plus 1, plus 5, x minus 5, minus x minus 1, plus 3 over x plus 3. Okay, so you look and see, okay, this one has an x plus 5, this one is an x minus 5, this is an x minus 5, so great, we don't need to multiply by that. We just need to multiply here, top and bottom, by x plus 3. Here we have an x minus 5, but we don't have an x plus 3 or an x plus 5, so we're going to do that. So x plus 5, x plus 3. And lastly here, we don't have an x plus 5 or an x minus 5. Okay, so if we do that, probably need more space, so we'll just cross these out for now. Just work here. Okay, so here we'll have x plus 1 times x plus 3, which is going to give you x squared, 3x plus x, 4x plus 3. And then we've got a minus sign, so we're going to have to make sure we distribute a negative sign to everything. And so if we do that, so minus sign in parentheses. Here, we'll kind of do a little bit of work on the side. So we have essentially x minus 1, x plus 5, x plus 3. That's all getting multiplied. So x minus 1, x plus 5, and x plus 3. Okay, and so if we do that, you distribute this one, so you end up getting x squared, right, plus 5x minus x minus 5. Combine like terms. So you end up getting x squared plus 4x minus 5 and x plus 3. And so then you're going to distribute that. You should end up with x cubed, right? 3x squared, and then you get 4x squared, 12x minus 5x, and then minus 15. Combine like terms. So you end up with x cubed plus 7x squared plus 7x minus 15. There's a minus sign here, so again, just make sure that we do that. So x cubed plus 7x squared plus 7x minus 15. Okay. And then this last one, we need to multiply by x plus 5 and x minus 5. So there's another one, x minus 5. Okay, so this is the same thing as just x squared minus 25, so that's what I'm going to multiply by. So 3 times x squared is going to give me 3x squared. And then 3 times negative 25 is going to give me negative 75. And this is going to be all over x minus 5, x plus 5, and x plus 3. Okay, so then your final answer, this is what, 30? Should be negative x cubed. Again, because we have to distribute the negative to everything in here inside this parenthesis. So our final answer is going to be negative x cubed minus 3x squared minus x minus 51 all over x plus 5, x minus 5, and x plus 3. Okay, so that is number 30. It's a big problem, but there you go. That's number 30. Now we'll move on and do 31 and 32. Okay, so that's the one that I just sent a email about how to kind of do those. So we'll have x over 3 minus 6, and we've got 10 minus 4 over x. Okay, so going over that problem. Here, okay, we definitely need to multiply by 3 because I'll clear this denominator. And we definitely need to multiply by x. So you need to multiply everything by 3 and by x, okay? And remember from the video that I just sent that you have to make sure that you're multiplying things in order to cancel things out first. So 3's will go away first. So you've got x times x, which just gives you x squared. And then you've got negative 6 times 3x, which is going to be negative 18x. Now the bottom, again, 10 times 3x is going to give me 30x. Okay. And if you do the x here, they go away. So you've got negative 4 times 3, which is negative 12. Okay. And then from here, if you'd like, you could simplify more. So you take out an x. So you have x minus 18. And here we take out a 6. So I have 5x. Plus 2. Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's a plus here. Yep. Okay. That's it for 31. 32. So 32 is 15 minus 2 over x, and then you've got x over 5 plus 4. So again, we got to see what we're going to multiply by to get rid of things. So here we definitely need to multiply by an x and by a 5. Okay, so if you multiply 15 times 5, you're going to get 75. So you've got 75x as our top. Here the x goes away, so there's going to be negative 2 times 5, which is negative 10. Okay, here the 5 goes away, so you're going to have an x squared. And x times 5 is 5x times 4, which is 20x. Okay, so from here, again, we could factor out. So we'll have 5 and 15x minus 2. And the last one, take out an x plus 20. So hopefully this kind of covers any questions that you've had on the homework. I know it's extensive, but please do me a favor and watch it on any questions that you have. Thank you. Have a good day.